Blue Protocol is probably one of the most anticipated upcoming MMORPGs in recent memory. Not just for you guys, but for me as well. Now, I was actually browsing our dedicated Blue Protocol subreddit earlier today, which you guys should totally join because not only is it the largest Blue Protocol community pretty much anywhere online, but everything gets posted there way ahead of anywhere else. But a user in specific, Duck1, actually posted an image of features that we can expect in the future. Now, this image in specific was actually taken after their very first closed beta test on the game, but for some reason, no one ever covered it. Now, a lot of you guys have been curious about what we can actually expect from the game going into the future, and I'm hoping to clear a little bit of that up today. Although before we go any further, I do want to note that we will be streaming the next closed beta test for Blue Protocol over on our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/MMObyte. So if you're not already following our Twitch channel, then you're going to miss out on what they've added into the game since the last time it was publicly playable. Now, they went on to state which game specifications or content do you expect to add into the future? And this is the list that was provided. Living content such as fishing and housing and other life skills like that. Mini games, I'm not really sure what they would be pertaining to. Increased types of character creation parts, which they've already actually elaborated on. They are already introducing additional parts for players to customize when they're creating their character. Increased freedom of character creation. They've already covered this as well. They are introducing additional sliders to allow for more customization over various different facial features like your eyes, like your hair and hair colors. The choice of skills and increase in quantity. Now, for those of you that have been keeping up to date with Blue Protocol, you would know that the skills are actually very limited in what you can have available because the hotbar down the bottom has a limited selection of slots available. So I don't know if they mean they're going to expand that or if they're just going to provide you more options to have. The addition of new classes. I did a video on this, I think like a month, maybe 2 months ago, covering their goals and their expectations with adding new classes into the game. How they had a large selection of different classes that they were already at work on to implement, probably not when the game initially launches, but thereafter. The increase in the number of imagines. Now, the imagine system, I've actually gone into quite deep in my dedicated Blue Protocol videos. So if you want to know what the imagines are and how deeply interwoven into the game they are, you should definitely go back and look at those videos. Team guilds to which many people can belong. Team guild, I don't really know what that means. PvP, limited to those without force. I know this is probably the most requested feature in the game. Whenever I do a video and I talk about the fact that the game is going to be completely PvE oriented, I get a handful of players that come out and say, I'm not gonna play this garbage game because it doesn't have PvP. When in reality, this game does not need PvP. But for those of you that are interested, they have the option here, which means that they have definitely thought about it and might implement it in the future. Enhancement of quests. So I guess what, like the depth of quests and the diversity of quest types. Increased number of dungeons. Well, honestly, I don't even know if they have listed how many total dungeons there are going to be in this game. I know I entered, I think 2, maybe 3 dungeons during the test phase that was available last year, but I don't know how many dungeons there are after that. Increased raid content. I'm not sure if this is pertaining to like more to do within the raids or just more raids in general. Increased rules for playing in the arena. Honestly, the arena, which was their form of PvP, which actually stands for party versus party, seemed plenty fine to me. I don't really see any issues with that. Expansion of content with playful elements. Yeah, that's a weird one. Enhanced options and HUD items. I could see that being something that people might want. Enhancement of roles in battle. So this is something that I'm assuming is actually pertaining to your class role. Currently, there's no like dedicated healer in the game, at least as of this very moment. I don't know if they're going to add in a healer after or if they're planning on rebalancing classes and providing them more heals so they have more self-sustainability, or if they're going to adjust an already existing class and kind of try and make it semi-healer. But I guess their goal here is to, I don't know, like define roles a little better, because right now they're all just DPS. And I know to some people, the Holy Trinity is an incredibly important facet of an MMO, enhancing the sense of cooperation in battle. So I guess, the importance of each additional person and their role in combat, making it more difficult to do things, to accomplish things on your own, requiring more of a party as opposed to going it solo. Optional channel movement function. I mean, that's not, I personally don't really feel like it's necessary to have additional functionality for hopping between channels. Types of costumes and accessories. This is probably one of the most important things here outside of PvP. I know that in games like Guild Wars 2, in World of Warcraft, in Final Fantasy 14, in Black Desert, Blade and Soul, like all of these games have a very, very large emphasis on the personal identity of your character. And part of personal identity is how you look. So, accessories, outfits, hairstyles, these are all an integral part of presenting a character that you created and making it feel like something that is unique and specific only to you. So the addition of more hairstyles, more outfits, more accessories and everything, I feel like that's a great step in the right direction as well. Enhancement of communication function. What, like chatting? I mean, other than adding in maybe some voice chat features, I don't really see how they could go about enhancing that. Supporting 4K resolution and ultra wide monitors. I mean, yeah, sure, okay. Seasonal event holding. I feel like events, especially seasonal events, are a really cool, I don't know, I guess feature to have in the game. It's not really required, but it just adds something to look forward to with each season. Enhanced shooting functions, I guess, like camera shooting. I don't really know, unless you're talking about adding in a gunner and allowing them to shoot people or something. I don't know. Apps with auxiliary functions outside of the game. Not really something that I think really needs delving into. And those were features that were touched upon after, once again, the first closed beta test took place. Now, as I noted earlier in the video, they have actually introduced multiple of those since releasing that information. Now, the things that they have added in thus far could be a direct result of the players that left feedback and then sorting through the highest priority requested features. Now, personally for me, there are very few in there that I think are really all that important. The housing feature, yeah, the additional character creation, the increase in available skills, new classes, maybe PvP, more dungeons, raid content, you know, but these are all things that kind of require a lot of time and that will delay the game immensely. So what I feel like they should do here is they should introduce these games in periodic updates over time after the game actually launches. Because remember, this game is launching in 2021 within Japan, but 2022 within North America and Europe. But if they want to go ahead and invest time and resources into putting more of these features into the game ahead of its launch, and they can do so without delaying the game or rushing the game, then by all means, there is a lot of this that I think would make the game immensely more popular when it comes out. Now, for those of you that are still wondering, yes, Blue Protocol is going to be free to play. Blue Protocol is at least right this minute, PC exclusive. They are looking to port this game over onto consoles as well. This is evidently an anime MMO. The game utilizes segregated zones like Blade and Soul, like Guild Wars 2, like Final Fantasy 14. This is not an instance game. This does utilize action combat, not tab target, and I am more excited for this MMO than any other upcoming MMO. But that is pretty much everything I wanted to cover today. And also, real quick, I get asked this question so often, not only on the subreddit, but also through DMs on Discord, Twitter, everywhere, even in our streams. But there is no confirmed follow-up beta test at this very minute. They might decide they want to hold a beta test next week. They might decide they want to hold a beta test next month. They might decide they want to hold another beta test 6 months from now. But as of this very minute, there is no currently confirmed upcoming closed beta test for the game. And yes, for those of you that are still concerned, the game is coming out in English. Now, that is it. That is all I wanted to talk about today. Hopefully you guys are equally as excited for the game going into this year, going into next year. Hopefully the Bandai Namco official Blue Protocol Twitter account tweets out some more info soon, so we have more to cover and more to talk about. But other than that, that is it for me. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe for more content like this, and I'll see you guys next time.